So METATRON is actually a space soul of Jesus. Hello, today I would like to introduce one of our latest books. It's called Spiritual Messages from METATRON, Light in the Time of Crisis by Ryuho Okawa, what we call him Master Okawa. I'd like to talk in 3 points. Number 1, who is METATRON and why he's sending a message to us. Number 2, what are the main messages? And number 3, what is the solution or the conclusion of the messages? First of all, I would like to read a little bit from the preface of this book. It's from Master Okawa. He says, "This book presents an objective review of the Earth by a savior from outer space. I think that we should accept the content with humility." Ryuho Okawa, Master and CEO of Happy Science Group, July 2021. First of all, I'd like to talk about who is METATRON. So METATRON is actually a space soul of Jesus. And the name Metatron, this, according to Master Okawa, the tron is actually used for angels in the Mesopotamian civilizations. As you recall, some angels like Michael, Raphael, Uriel, those angels have names with ending EL. But before that, in the Mesopotamian civilization, the angels had a name like ending with tron, Metatron. And if you're not familiar with Happy Science teachings, we do have other like a space Masonic figures, like not only Metatron, but there's a Yidron, but it's actually Yitron, and R-A-Go. So Metatron represents Jesus' soul, and Yidron represents the Moses soul, and R-A-Go represents Buddha's soul. So why he's sending a message? Well, he's actually a messenger of peace, and looking at the earth from the grander perspectives, he can see clearly that we are approaching to the dangerous catastrophe, and he wants us to be aware about that situation, and he wants us to be act upon it to stop that catastrophe. Number 1 message is that he wants to tell us the truth behind this corona pandemic, coronavirus. There are so many variants, and why there are so many variants is coming after one after another, even though we have vaccine. And number 2 is a very interesting comment. The China, this is about the communist China is becoming like an evil empire, and it's becoming like a evil creature like Behemoth or Leviathan. Well, we don't have any we want to protect Chinese people, but we're just talking about the Chinese Communist Party, and we need to be aware about the evil conduct that they're doing. China's invasion to Taiwan is more like a Nazis' invasion to Poland. And he says, and Master Okawa mentioned in some other book that the Chinese hegemonic expansion to Asia should be considered as a patriotic Nazis invasion, and not just a communist revolution. So we cannot repeat the history. We have to be aware, and the more people become aware about the evil conduct, and we can suppress this evil as a collective intention, collectiveness. And then the lastly, what is the solution? Yes, the conclusion of this book is that we have to establish a global justice on earth, and we have to establish all over the country the concept of freedom, democracy based on faith. Freedom and democracy without faith is no good, because the faith is the most important part. Because without the faith, freedom will become anarchy. Without the faith, democracy will just be a drifting ship without the compass. The conclusion is, so we have to humbly accept these messages, just like the afterwards says, Unless global justice is established, there will be no end to the coronavirus crisis, earthquakes, heavy rains, floods, and heat waves. The situation is not due to CO2, but because the life consciousness of planet Earth itself wants to reduce the number of about 8 billion humans infesting its surface. So infesting sounds very strong, but it's actually what he's warning about is the infestation of the material way of thinking. We must abandon material way of thinking because that's wrong. And then he goes, the good and decrease the evil. Strengthen faith in God or Buddha. Stop the proliferation of those who have become conceited due to the progress of materialistic science. The light of the future will never shine on those who scoff at the words of the Savior. So the reason why Master Okawa can deliver these messages through these space messianic beings is because he is the Grand Master. Not only the Grand Master or the Grand Messiah of the Earth itself, but the Grand Messiah of the universe. So thank you for listening.